There is no doubt that Disney Plus has something for everyone, and in today's video I'm going over my top 30 different shows, documentaries, and movies that you can find on Disney Plus. Now this list is in no particular order. If I try to order exactly which one was my favorite, I don't think I could do it, and my interests change as the days go by. Maybe it's a documentary one day and an old TV show another day, so it sometimes varies, but this is my top 30 different shows that you can find on Disney Plus. First up, we've got Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. Chip, 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 Chip and Dale Rescue. You got the music. It's fantastic. An old TV show that kind of reconnects us with Chip and Dale. If you've ever gone to Walt Disney World, you wanted to learn more, see more of Chip and Dale, this is the show that I would recommend. Love it. Next up, it's Great Migrations, made in 2010. A very interesting documentary all about animal migrations. If you love Animal Kingdom and kind of learning about some of those fun facts, this documentary is really cool. I'm just kind of getting started with it, but I'm really impressed by some of the facts there, and the footage is unbelievable. Another great one is Muppet Babies. I'm always a big fan of the Muppets, and Muppet Babies is a fun one where they kind of go on little adventures. If you feel like just having something in the background, or maybe you have young ones with you, Muppet Babies is definitely an engaging one. Next up, we've got Darkwing Duck. If you're a fan of the DuckTales series, want to learn more about those ducks at Disney, or maybe you've met Darkwing Duck in the parks before, this is a show you don't want to miss. Next one on the list, The Mandalorian. I love this series. It's brand new. I've seen every single one, and I am so looking forward to season 2. There are going to be more shows like it coming to Disney Plus in the future that have not been released yet, but Mandalorian is one that I am just so excited about. The next one, it was made really, really well, and there's a great story behind it. Next up is Star Wars Rebels. I'm just starting to get into this one as well. It's a great one, kind of that animated version of Star Wars taking the story in a whole new direction. I can see how a lot of friends really like this series. It's a great one that I hope to get even more involved with in the future as I learn more about the story. Now, of course, we gotta mention DuckTales as well, the original, gotta love it, with Donald and all the great characters from DuckTales. It's an older one, it really, really is. It has an age to it, you can see it, but it's a great classic. Definitely want to mention The Simpsons here, a very, very popular show on Disney Plus. I've been watching a few episodes here and there. It's great, especially if you want to kind of go back to the newer ones, like the season 25 and newer. It goes all the way up to season 30. There are 30 seasons of The Simpsons on Disney Plus, so don't be afraid to go all the way back. One that I've recently watched, and it's an all-time favorite of mine from Marvel, is Thor Ragnarok. I am a huge fan of this movie. I could watch it again and again. Everything about it is fantastic. The music, the jokes, it's great. Thor Ragnarok, that's a great one. Inside Out is a Pixar film that is extremely popular, and it's easy to see why. It is a fantastic story with amazing animation, and I love the adventure. Sometimes with this one I'll actually fast forward to the adventure that joy and sadness are on through kind of the subconscious and all that. It's great. It's such a great movie. Next we've got The Princess and the Frog, a classic one with Tiana. I always like the music with the Shadow Man, Dr. Facilier. I've got Udu, I've got voodoo, I got things I ain't even tried, and I've got friends on the other side. One that I hadn't seen in a long time, and I'm starting to make my way through it again, is Avatar, the inspiration for Pandora World of Avatar at Animal Kingdom. It is a great movie. Looking forward to future follow-ups to this movie in the future, but it's really, really good, and it reminds us of those small details in Pandora World of Avatar at Animal Kingdom that we love so much. Next up, we've got WALL-E, one of my favorites that you can find on Disney Plus. I love the scene where he's hanging on the side of the ship and kind of touching the stars as it flies by. Of course, the entire story is fantastic, and in many ways kind of reminds me like, okay, this is important lessons we can take away, like the cleaning robot that you see in, his name is Mo, the cleaning robot inside the movie where he's kind of cleaning all around. I'm wondering if we'll have Mo robots going around in the future as we have more cleaning done all around. It's an interesting thought, right? The Emperor's New Groove, in my opinion, it never gets old. It's actually a shorter movie compared to some other movies that we have, but this one is so great, and I'm really hoping that Disney does more with Emperor's New Groove in the parks in the future. It's such a great movie. Now for two Muppet movies, we've got The Muppet Movie and Muppets Treasure Island, two great ones involving Kermit and the gang. It's always a lot of fun. Treasure Island's got a lot of great songs to it as well, so no matter which Muppet movie it is, there's some great ones here, but that's a double. cool. Another great Marvel movie, Ant-Man, available on Disney Plus. Great movie there. The Ant-Man and the Wasp movie I think comes to Disney Plus a little bit later, but the original is on Disney Plus right now. Another great one, WreckIt Ralph. Big fan of WreckIt Ralph, and that story is so good. You see Ralph going all around, learning his lessons and all of that. He's in Tappers. One of my favorite scenes is right at the beginning, where it's like the villain circle, and it's like, hi, my name's Ralph. I'm a bad guy. I love that. It's a great scene. Next up, we've got Big Hero 6 with Baymax and Hero and all the great characters that we know from that movie. I've seen it so many times, and it is such a good movie. I'm really hoping that Disney does more with Big Hero 6 in the parks in the future. So good. Another great Marvel one, in my opinion, is Doctor Strange. Big fan of this movie, and I really like how the story goes from his recovery to saving the world. It's a two-parter right there. It's kind of half the story is his recovery, half saving the world. Great one all the way through. A great Disney classic on Disney Plus is Fantasia, and Fantasia 2000, by the way, but Fantasia is on there, and the music is definitely gonna be stuck with you for a while. You're gonna remember those scenes for a long time, and you're gonna want to buy a Mickey hat, no doubt about it. Another great Marvel movie on Disney Plus right now is Avengers Age of Ultron. A great movie. I really like the Pinocchio song, where he's coming out of the assembly room and he says, I've got no strings to hold me. It's amazing movie, really well done. Through and through, a great Marvel movie. Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, the original with Jack Sparrow and the entire pirate gang right there. I know we've got a lot of different Pirates of the Caribbean movies, but this one is definitely one of my all-time favorites. That original, great story. Now, speaking of classics, there is one on this list that I'm just starting to get into. It's The Rescuers, a very good classic that you can find on Disney. I actually watched it as a kid, and now as an adult, you basically have forgotten the entire thing, so you get to go back and relive it again. The Rescuers on Disney Plus. Check that one out. There is no doubt that Monsters Inc. is a great movie, but Monsters University is also fantastic. That's another one on my list. Big fan of that one. I love the monster games as they're playing those different games, whether it's hiding from the different characters that are trying to find them in the house, or running through the sewers with the spiky pink things that are trying to poison them. Really great movie. One that I highly recommend. A lot of friends have asked me, Michael, what is your favorite classic Disney movie? Well, I'm going to mention it today. It is Hercules, a great movie. I grew up with this movies and the Greek history and all of that. This is one I highly recommend. If you've never seen it before, this is a high priority for you, Hercules. Now, it wouldn't be Disney Plus without some Star Wars, and I wanted to mention one in particular, Star Wars Rogue One, a Star Wars story. It is really good. I know that there are some moments in it that are just all over the place, and you're not sure where the story is going, but there are some scenes in there that are not only going to pull on heartstrings, but make you just cheer up and down. The one in particular I'm thinking of now, when Darth Vader appears inside that ship at the very end. We all know the scene. It is out of this world amazing. Definitely check that one out. In line with the Marvel story, want to go back to Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm a big fan of the original one. Really good one there. We see a little bit of Thanos in that movie. We kind of see the original, and then he comes out for the final two movies, of course, but we see a little bit of him here, which is really cool. Last but not least, we've got Zootopia, a fantastic movie on Disney Plus. You've got Nick and Judy. It's really good. I love this movie, and again, I hope they do more of this. Something with Zootopia in the park. Those are my top 30 picks on Disney Plus. Let me know your number one in the comments below. I would love to hear from you, and if you can't decide on a number one show on Disney Plus, give me 1 through 5 or 1 through 3. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being a part of the magic with me today. Until next time, have a magical day.